The kitchen was sweltering. The clatter of pots and pans, the hiss of boiling sauces, and the pungent aroma of fried oil filled every corner, but all of it vanished the moment Amara walked in. She was 8 months pregnant. Her dark apron strained over her rounded belly. Sweat glistened at her temples, and her swollen feet ached inside her worn sneakers. She had no choice. Rent was due in 3 days, her unborn child had no crib, and the father had disappeared the moment she refused to terminate the pregnancy. The sous chef glanced at her nervously. "Are you sure you can handle this?" Amara nodded. "I can." "Tonight's guest," he muttered, lowering his voice. Mr. Crawford. Everyone had heard the stories. Sterling Crawford, the silver-haired hotel magnate, was infamous for running his restaurants like battlegrounds. Employees quit within hours. Plates flew, screams echoed. No one dared speak back. Amara tightened her apron and stepped into the heat. At exactly 7:05 p.m., Crawford stormed into the kitchen. Navy suit pristine, polished shoes tapping on the tiles, he radiated authority and terror. A young server dropped a ladle. Crawford barked, "Did I hire a troop of monkeys?" Nervous laughter filled the room. Amara ignored it. She focused on slicing, plating, and garnishing, hand steady despite her aching back. He spotted her immediately. "You? Who put a pregnant woman in my kitchen to ruin it?" His voice was sharp, venomous. Amara didn't flinch. "I'm here to work, sir. My condition doesn't interfere with that." Crawford stalked closer, the heat of his anger palpable. "Name?" "Amara," she replied. "Wrong. Fired. Out." He slammed a plate onto the floor, shards scattering. The room went silent. Amara's voice, low and firm, broke the stillness. "I said no. I need this job, and you don't have the right to treat people this way, pregnant or not." Crawford blinked. No one had ever spoken back. He laughed bitterly. "You think your belly gives you immunity." He raised his hand, threatening, but Amara positioned one over her stomach, the other held up calmly. "Touch me, and the world will see who you really are." For a moment, silence reigned. Then she added softly, "Maybe the world doesn't care, but your investors might." Phones had appeared in hands, filming silently. Crawford's expression changed. Panic and disbelief mingled in his eyes. "Stop recording!" he shouted, but no one did. Amara returned to her station, her hands trembling but precise, plating dishes as if reclaiming control with each movement. Crawford stared, speechless. "You really think you won?" "I didn't come here to win," she said quietly. "I came here to survive." Something shifted, not in the room, but in him. His fury faltered. His image had been unassailable for decades, until now. He turned and left the kitchen, leaving a stunned silence behind. No applause, no cheers. Amara placed the last garnish and walked to the staff locker, sliding down to rest, brushing a tear from her cheek. "I'll probably get fired anyway," she whispered. An hour later, the manager approached cautiously. "Amara, Mr. Crawford hasn't left. He's waiting for you in the dining area." She frowned. "I'm not going." "He asked for you," he said. Something inside Amara stirred, the same quiet strength that had held her firm earlier. She walked into the dimly lit dining room. Crawford sat alone at the far corner, a glass of untouched wine before him. His suit was slightly rumpled, his hands folded. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said, voice low. "You tried to hit me," Amara replied. "Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't," he confessed, sighing. Amara stood, hands on her back, belly prominent, eyes unwavering. I have no interest in apologies if they're just to save your image. Crawford's gaze dropped. I haven't been spoken to like that in 20 years, not since my wife passed. You remind me of her. Tough, unafraid, calling me out when I was cruel. I let it ruin me. Amara's expression stayed firm. Then perhaps you should have walked away before becoming the man you are today. He looked at her, silent. Finally, he reached into his jacket and pulled out a sleek envelope. This isn't hush money, he said. It's a letter to every investor and board member. I'm stepping away from management for 6 months. Therapy, anger management. You'll act as manager here. Full pay, maternity benefits. You ran this kitchen today. You didn't just cook. You kept the team from collapsing under my ego. Amara blinked. And the baby? Crawford smiled genuinely for the first time. This is your kitchen now. You make the rules. That night, Amara walked home under the streetlights, apron folded neatly in her bag, mind racing. She wasn't just a pregnant waitress anymore. She was seen, respected, powerful.